Dwayne Johnson's rise to fame was anything but easy. Before becoming one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, before electrifying millions as a wrestling superstar, and before turning into a global icon, he was just a young man struggling to find his place in the world. His story is a testament to resilience, hard work, and the power of never giving up. Dwayne Douglas Johnson was born on May 2nd in 1972 in Hayward, California, into a family deeply rooted in professional wrestling. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a trailblazing wrestler, one of the first black champions in WWE history. His grandfather, Peter Maivia, was also a legendary wrestler from Samoa. Despite being born into a legacy of strength, Dwayne's childhood was far from easy. His family constantly moved due to financial struggles. The wrestling industry didn't always provide stability, and there were moments when they barely had enough to get by. When Dwayne was just 14 years old, he experienced a moment that would change him forever. His family was evicted from their apartment in Honolulu, Hawaii, because they couldn't afford the rent. He saw his mother break down in tears, helpless and overwhelmed by their circumstances. That day, young Dwayne made a silent vow. He would never let his loved ones suffer like that again. Dwayne channeled his frustrations and energy into sports. At 6'5" and 260 pounds, he was an athletic powerhouse. Football became his ticket to a better future. He worked tirelessly on the field, earning a full scholarship to the University of Miami, one of the top football programs in the country. As a defensive lineman, he played alongside future NFL stars and even won a national championship with the Miami Hurricanes in 1991. He had dreams of making it to the NFL, but fate had other plans. A severe back injury sidelined him, causing him to lose his spot on the team. When he finally recovered, he had been replaced, and his dream of playing in the NFL began to fade. After graduating, he tried his luck in the Canadian Football League with the Calgary Stampeders, but within 2 months he was cut from the team. Just like that, his football career was over. At 23 years old, Dwayne found himself at rock bottom. No job, no money, and no direction. He returned to his parents' tiny apartment, depressed and feeling like a failure. He had only $7 in his pocket. Most people would have given up. But not Dwayne. Instead of dwelling on his misfortunes, he made a decision. He would rise again. With nothing left to lose, he turned to the one thing he had been running from: professional wrestling. Growing up, he had seen the struggles his father endured in the business, and he never wanted to follow that path. But now, wrestling was his only hope. His father began training him, pushing him to his limits. Wrestling wasn't just about strength. It was about storytelling, charisma, and endurance. When he finally stepped into the ring, he had one goal: to prove himself. In 1996, he made his WWE debut as Rocky Maivia, a clean-cut, smiling babyface wrestler named after his father and grandfather. The WWE pushed him hard, but the audience wasn't buying it. Fans booed him mercilessly, chanting, "Rocky sucks," every time he entered the ring. For many, this kind of rejection would have been the end. But Dwayne wasn't like most people. Instead of giving up, he reinvented himself. He ditched the forced persona and embraced his natural charisma, arrogance, and confidence. He rebranded himself as The Rock, a cocky, trash-talking, electrifying superstar who owned every moment he was in the ring. The transformation was legendary. The Rock became the biggest name in WWE history. With his signature eyebrow raise, witty insults, and unmatched athleticism, he captivated millions worldwide. He won multiple championships, headlined WrestleMania, and solidified his place as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. But The Rock wasn't done. He had conquered the wrestling world, and now he set his sights on Hollywood. Once again, he had to start from the bottom. His first major role came in 2001's The Mummy Returns, where he played the Scorpion King. His presence was so strong that he was given a spin-off movie, The Scorpion King, which marked the beginning of his Hollywood career. However, breaking into acting wasn't easy. Wrestlers didn't have a great track record in movies, and many doubted his ability to transition from the ring to the big screen. Dwayne knew he had to prove himself all over again. He took small roles, trained harder, and refined his craft. He worked tirelessly, studying acting and marketing himself as more than just a former wrestler. He turned down roles that didn't align with his vision and focused on projects that showcased his charisma and versatility. His breakthrough came with the Fast and Furious franchise, where he played Luke Hobbs, a no-nonsense lawman with immense strength and presence. His performance revitalized the franchise and cemented his status as a legitimate action star. From there, his career skyrocketed. He starred in blockbusters like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Rampage San Andreas, and Moana. Each role showcased a different side of him: comedy, action, drama. He wasn't just a muscle-bound hero. He was a versatile performer who could connect with audiences on multiple levels. Beyond acting, Dwayne became an entrepreneur, launching his own production company, $7 Productions, named after the exact amount of money he had when he hit rock bottom. He built his own brand, becoming one of the most marketable and influential figures in the world. Whether through his motivational social media posts, his clothing and fitness lines, or his tequila brand, Terramana, he proved that success wasn't just about talent. It was about relentless effort. Today, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, a global superstar, and an inspiration to millions. But his journey wasn't about luck. It was about never making excuses, adapting to challenges, and turning every setback into a stepping stone for greatness. He once had only $7 in his pocket. Now he's worth hundreds of millions. Not because life was easy for him, but because he refused to stay down. Because a real man doesn't wait for opportunities. He creates them. He doesn't complain about obstacles. He smashes through them. And most importantly, he never forgets where he came from. That is the story of The Rock. That is the story of a man who never gave up.